All right, we have Colorado's best attorney, Phil Harding. He's actually sitting in studio with us right here. It's this guy. Thank you so much for joining us in this segment. Phil, we're talking about something really interesting today, the nativity scene, specifically about protests that are actually taking place on governmental property and the 10 Commandments in courthouses as well. Here in the Mile High City, actually, there is a manger scene at the Denver courthouse along with Santa Claus. So, Phil, break this all down for us. Why exactly is this a controversial topic in the Mile High City right now?
Well, it's always controversial.
Okay.
So if I say something you don't like, don't blow a gasket. If I say Merry Christmas, you're not going to hate me. If you say Happy Hanukkah or vice versa, look, we are a melting pot. And we came here from England, I don't know, like 3 years ago. All right,
something
300.
Like
and we did a bunch of our First Amendment. And the First Amendment really had to do with press and assembly and religion and all of that. And we really wanted to be a melting pot. And let's look at the First Amendment just so that we know what we're talking about here, okay? So the First Amendment specifically says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion, which means setting up a religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And it says we've got, freedom of speech and press and assembly, and if we're pissed at the government, we get to go in and tell them that we're pissed at them, but not get thrown in jail. So there is a reason why this First Amendment combined all of these ideas together, right? Religion,
all of it.
Press, assembly, and it's this Latin phrase called quid pro quo, right?
Okay.
Everyone's heard that, which means this for that. And so the quid is, I have all of these great rights. The quo is, so do you, and so do people that we don't like, and if they're saying things that makes our blood boil, that's okay. We're a melting pot. We put together everything. Remember, in England, one of the things is they told us what religion we had to be. And so that's why the first part of the First Amendment specifically says, hey, Congress, you're not going to set up a religion, and also you're not going to prevent us from doing that. So, and we're going to get to that first portion here in a second, but really what I want to talk to here is if I'm talking and I say, I love the Broncos, or you love the Patriots, or whatever, we don't go crazy.
No, it's a free country.
Yeah. And a lot of our, laws are set up by the 10, commandments, and people want those taken out because what happens is people think there needs to be a separation of church and state. And really, if you look at the legislative history, we wanted the church in the state. We didn't want the state in the church, right? So that's how we got to that. And then in the 1950s is when there were a lot of Supreme Court opinions that came down and said, we're going to try to remove God from everything. And that didn't work. So now in 1994, the Supreme Court Justice Souter said that Congress and we shouldn't support one religion over the other or irreligion to religion. And so let me tell you what that means.
Yeah, please do.
All right. So if someone says, I have no religion, that's a religion. So the First Amendment doesn't say where you go to church, it's what your dogma is. It's what your belief is. So let's go to that second graphic, which is the first part of the First Amendment, and just go over that because it's so powerful.
All right.
And it essentially says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion. So Congress isn't going to set up a religion, right? It's not like we're in England and we left there, and this is the First Amendment. And this is one of the things that we were really mad at. And so we said, we're not going to set up a religion, or we're not going to prohibit the free exercise thereof. Isn't that weird?
It is bizarre.
Yeah.
It is a little bizarre. And when it comes to, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it may be, are you pretty much saying that we just have the liberty to talk about it, to be about it on a day-to-day basis around the holiday season?
Yeah. If you want to say Happy Holidays, great. If you want to say Merry Christmas, at least I get more of an insight to you, or Happy Hanukkah, right? I get to know more about you, and that's what we are. That's what makes the U.S. great, is we are a melting pot. You know what we do? We combine the best of everything. If someone's from France and we love something like that, let's learn from them. If they're from Korea, China, whatever. We want to take the best of everything, the United States, and make a better country. So that's why this First Amendment says, hey, whatever religion you are, we're not going to shoot it down. So,
all right.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
And all the rest.
And all the rest,
All
yes.
right. And Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in studio today. We really appreciate you. All right, you guys, to reach out to Harding & Associates directly, just make it easy. Give them a call. 303-762-9500. You can actually get a free consultation at any time. You can also find Phil online at hlaw.com. Thanks again, Phil, for coming in studio and sponsoring this segment. We appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you.